first megapolis was and when the transistor was invented. If you can guess, you'll win on Guess What? And now, here he is, the star of our show, who never needs a transistor because he's fully charged, Robin Ward.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
So you came all the way from the United States to do our show, and I wasn't even aware that that our show played in the U.S.
Oh, yes, we get it at 12:30 weekdays, Channel 7 in Grand Forks.
Gee, if I'd known, I would have asked for a few more bucks for the show. Welcome to the show. I wish you the very best. We're delighted to have you and our U.S. friends here, and I'm thrilled to find out we play in North Dakota and other places in the U.S. Good to have you here. Good luck today. And this is Bernice. How are you? Nice to see you.
Fine.
Now,
Good to be here.
We have a story about you, which you wrote, and now we asked our contestants little funny anecdotes that we can't mention that.
You amended. I wrote it.
Did you write it?
No.
You didn't write it. Did we torture it out of you? Did we get a confession out of you?
No, I don't know anything about it. No.
We'll talk about it later,
know it,
Bernice.
and I don't.
We'll mention it later. It's about you going to the theater, actually. Remember that?
Oh.
You went to the theater and you fell asleep, and you got home and you discovered you'd lost something.
My daughter.
What? Can we tell that, or is that?
No, we'll skip it.
Enough said. We'll skip it. Okay, nice to have you on the show, and this is Cathy. Hi, Cathy. You're the one who told us the story about? No. Betsy's going to be in big trouble for this. And you're from where? Rochester, New York. Well, it's great to have you all here, and I wish you luck on our game today, and Elizabeth's going to get a heck from her mother for this. Right now, let's see what you're facing, and let's meet the challengers. Nick, please.
Okay, Robin, here's a family that likes sports, reading, trivia, and comics. Meet the Bostocks.
I'm good. How are you? Good. Welcome to Guess What? We got a good.
Thank you. It's nice to
Hope
be
you have a
here.
good game today. And I know you graduated from nursing school not too long ago.
Yes, I
But
did.
there's something rather unusual happened. Now, you graduated from nursing school, and a few months later, you had a pretty interesting event happen to you. What was that?
Grandchild.
You became a grandmother shortly after graduating from nursing school. You look a very youthful-looking grandmother.
Thank you.
I must say, how old is your granddaughter?
Well, actually, I have two now.
You have
One's 15 months, and the other one is 7 weeks.
Wow. Did it depress you when you first... Now, obviously, it didn't depress you to have a grandchild, but did it depress you to sort of be a grandmother all of a sudden at so young an age?
No, I
No?
don't think so.
Didn't bother you at all?
No. We
Oh.
sort of make it a tradition in our family that we're all grandmothers before we're 40.
Nice. Really? And how are you liking nursing? You started nursing a little bit late. You love it?
Yeah, I love it.
Great. Well, it's good to have you on our show, and I wish you the best today. Should be
Thank
a good
you.
game. And, John, how are you?
How are you,
Good to see you here.
Pleasure to be here.
Well, it's a pleasure to have you. Now, I know you've never seen our show. You admitted that you actually go to work instead of watching our show.
That's true. That's true.
I think it's a bit much, but maybe the rules will unfold as we play.
I don't think I get up that early in the morning, but
Oh, you have that kind of
Too
job.
much.
Well, if you have any questions, don't hesitate to ask myself or Nick during the show, and we'll try and steer you right.
Very
Good to have you on the show. Janet, welcome. Good to see you. Okay, Janet, it's nice chatting with you, and we'll talk again. Anything you'd like to say before you plunge into our game? No. Not a thing. Okay, fine, Janet. Well, I wish you all the best. Are you ready to play? Then look at our game board, and let's rock and roll. Okay, as you know, or some of you may know, our first question is worth 60 points. And here is the question, interesting question. Tough name to pronounce I've got here. I'll do my very best. The world's record for talking non-stop is held by a man named Kapila Kumarasinghe in 1981. Now, Kapila talked for a record 159 hours on one subject. What did Mr. Kumarasinghe talk about? Was it democracy and its impact on the world today, civilization and its ties with ancient tradition, Buddhist culture in Colombo, Sri Lanka, atomic energy and reasons for its continued use, astronomy and the prospect of life on other planets, Danny Partridge and the Partridge Family, their effect on the morale of the American bass guitarist? Which of these subjects did this gentleman talk on? And for 60 points, we start with Elizabeth.
Well, I'm going to have to just take a shot at Buddhist culture.
That is correct for 60 points. Yes, indeed. Yay! Bear family off to a terrific start on June 18th to the 24th, 1981. Mr. Kumarasinghe spoke non-stop for 159 hours on Buddhist culture in Colombo. So a tremendous feat. I once talked for 47 hours on my life in show business, and it's a fascinating evening for all concerned. Let's go to the next question. It's again worth 60 points. Here it is. Aeolus was the keeper of the winds in Greek mythology. What did Aeolus keep the wind confined in when he did not wish to release it? Was it in a black drum? Did he keep the wind in a cave, in a wooden box, in a clay pot, in a balloon, or did he keep the wind in his lungs? And for 60 points, we start with Muriel.
Who really cares?
That's my line, Muriel.
A cave.
Cave is correct for 60 points. According to legend, Aeolus lived on a floating island, which scholars believe is one of the Aeolian Islands near Sicily. And he gave the Greek hero Odysseus the wind to sail home in the Odyssey. And so Muriel doesn't particularly care about that, but somebody may out there. Okay, let's go to a team effort. Those little flaps up, if you would, please. Keep your answers confidential. And let's take a look at the monitor over here. Now, we see here on the monitors a picture of the Canadian Mint. Well, sort of the right color anyway. But you know which city boasts this particular building as a landmark? Is it A, Ottawa, B, Vancouver, C, Winnipeg, or D, Calgary? Where would you find the Canadian Mint? And for 60 points, no, I'm sorry, you have 5 seconds to think about it. Time is up, Elizabeth. That's an American. You may have a bit of trouble with this, but where do you think it is?
I think it's A, Ottawa.
You think it's Ottawa? And Bernice?
A, Ottawa.
And Cathy?
B, Vancouver.
Okay, let's see how the Boss Dogs voted. Muriel?
I voted A, Ottawa.
Okay, John?
A, Ottawa.
And Janet?
A, Ottawa.
Unanimous on the Boss Dog side. Let's find out right now where you'd find this particular building. The answer is C, Winnipeg. Whoa. No correct answers. Gongs and buzzers and beeps are going off, but no particular points made on that question. At the end of our first round, it's a tie game, 2 new teams, and round 2 is coming up right after this, so stay with us.
Tired of weight loss programs that promise you speedy starts but leave you frustrated and still overweight? Here's a program that works. Weight Loss Clinic's Fast Finish. Clients lose 3 to 4 pounds each and every week without drugs or gimmicks. Fast Finish, the fastest way to lose weight from start to finish. Now discover the Fast Finish program for only $59. Call for a free visit. The faster you start, the faster you'll finish.
Visions of something Parisian, purely elegant, sporty, softly subtle. Consumers Optical has the style to suit your style. And they're now offering 50% off frames when you buy lenses. Contact lenses as low as $88. Consumers Optical, now with 5 Winnipeg locations, including our newest at 2727 Portage Avenue in the courts of St. James.
Thank you. You know, any team that manages to win 7 games on Guess What wins our grand prize. And here's Nick to tell you what that prize is. Nick?
Internationally renowned Alibert stylish and versatile resin furniture for great outdoors living, comfortable, easy maintenance, and long-lasting garden furniture. You will be proud to own it. Imported to Canada by Sopanco.
Okay, thanks very much. We have a tie game going on, each team having 60 points if you come into this, the second round. The first question, again, worth 60 points. Here it is. Now, you know the Christmas song, The 12 Days of Christmas. Now, the question we're asking is, how many pipers piping are given by the true love? Are there 5 pipers piping, 6, 9, 10, 12, or 11? How many pipers piping in the song, The 12 Days of Christmas? And with 60 points, we start with Bernice.
Well, I'll say 9.
That is incorrect, down to 50 points. And we're over to John.
12.
That is incorrect as well. We're down to 40 points now and over to Cathy.
10.
Nope, we're down to 30 and over to Janet.
6.
No, we're down to 20 points. Last chance to make a point, over to Elizabeth.
11.
That is correct for 20 points. Elizabeth, I sense you have family or friends out in the audience somehow. There's a major cheering section out there. Yes, indeed, there were 11 pipers piping. There's a whole bunch of other things here. Partridge, 2 turtle doves, 3 French hens, and on and on and on. But as Muriel pointed out so eloquently in the first question, who cares? So let's go to the second question. Again, it's worth 60 points. Here it is. Now, how old was Orson Welles when he created panic in the United States with his realistic report of an invasion from outer space? How old was Mr. Welles at that time? Was he 36 years old, 34, 29, 38, 23, or 32? And 60 points. We start with Muriel.
23.
That is correct for 60 points. Yeah, he was a brilliant, brilliant young man. And on October the 30th, 1938, shortly after 8 p.m., a somber voice, the voice of Mr. Welles, announced that the Martians had landed and were sweeping across the U.S. People who tuned in late thought it was absolutely on the level, and everybody panicked. And Orson Welles had to spend the rest of the evening, disclaiming this whole thing. He was born in 1915. He's had a strange career, Mr. Welles. Apparently, he hasn't been able to raise money for a film in the United States since 1958. He's done some films in Europe, but a genius that never quite got there somehow. But anyway, brilliant program, The Martian Wars, which has been replayed. Let's go to an audio question. It's worth 60 points. Right now, we'd like you to listen to this piece of tape, please, carefully.
To me, it is truly the most beautiful city, forever bathed in that strong yellow sunlight. If you climb to the top of Signal Hill and look down over the city, you can watch the comings and goings of its people while sitting in almost complete silence, with only the gekoer of doves or Christmas beesies around you. Then there is the bay, so blue and calm, and stretching along the hill towards Greenpoint, Sea Point, and Clifton Beach on the other side.
Okay, now that's a very unique accent. And our question is, for 60 points, what nationality is that speaker? Is he Nigerian? Is he Danish? South African Dutch? Afrikaans? Or Hungarian? And for 60 points, we start with Bernice.
I would say Hungarian.
That is incorrect. Down to 50 points, over to John.
Danish.
That is also incorrect. Down to 40 points, over to Cathy.
Nigerian.
Nope, down to 30, and over to Janet.
Dutch.
Nope, down to 20 points. Last chance to make a point, Elizabeth. Once again, it's up to you.
South African.
No, not South African. In fact, South African, but Afrikaan, which is that unique South African accent, South African Dutch, and there's also Afrikaans, which is very specific. And nobody got it, I'm surprised, but that's showbiz. Let's go to a team effort question. Little flaps, if you would, might be raised here. And you see in the monitors here in our studio a still from North America's longest-running stakes race, the Queen's Plate, which you may have heard of. Now, it's here that the Canadian establishment meets once a year, resplendent in all its finery, to participate in the sport of kings. Now, the question is, when was the Queen's Plate first run? Was it A, 1840, B, 1860, C, 1900, or D, 1915? The very first running of the Queen's Plate, famous Canadian race. And you have 5 seconds to think about it. Time is up. Elizabeth, what do you think?
B, 1860.
Okay, and Bernice, what do you think?
I have C.
All right, and Cathy?
C, 1900.
All right, if you and Bernice are correct, it's 50 points. Let's see how the Bostocks voted. Muriel, what do you think?
I voted D, 1915.
And John?
C, 1900.
And Janet?
C, 1900.
Let's find out right now the very first year that the Queen's Plate was run. The answer is B, 1860. One correct answer only on the Bear side. Yes. Elizabeth puts 20 points on the board at the end of our second round. A very close game going on. The Bear family have 100 points. The Bostocks ahead slightly with 120. Close game. The deciding round coming up right after this.
Ladies and gentlemen, the magic of Wayne Newton.
See around. We'll see what you have done. Don't get shame, darling, don't get shame. And she believes in me. I'll never know just what she sees in me. Want to be a part of it. New York, New York.
He's thrilled over 11 million people in showrooms the world over. And now the magic shores on these two incredible albums.
Red roses for blue. Lady,
Now yours on 2 exciting albums or long play cassettes. Here's how to order.
COD and credit card customers call 942-6995. That's 942-6995. Or save COD charges by sending $12.98 plus $1.50 for postage and handling to The Magic of Wayne Newton, P.O. Box 162, Station F, Winnipeg, Manitoba, R2L2A5. Please specify records or cassettes.
Don't miss a major art dealer's gigantic 2-for-1 art sale. Thousands of beautiful oil paintings that have just arrived are on sale at tremendous values this Sunday only at the Holiday Inn downtown. 2 oil paintings for the price of 1. Every painting you buy gets you another one of equal value free. 2 for the price of 1. Most paintings priced from $12 to $288. Hundreds of subjects and styles to choose from. Special low prices on high-quality frames. Wholesalers and retailers welcome. The gigantic 2-for-1 art sale, one day only, this Sunday from 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. at the Holiday Inn downtown.
Thanks very much. If you at home would like to join us on Guess What as one of our contestants or as a member of our studio audience, just drop us a line and it can happen. And here's Nick with our address. Nick?
All right, Robin, if you plan to be in Toronto and would like to be a part of Guess What in the audience or as a player, please write Guess What, Box 9, Station O, Toronto, Ontario, M4A 2M9.
And some members of our studio audience win prizes. And here's Nick to tell you what some of those prizes might be.
Added Touch Cake Mix from Monarch. There's lots of moist, delicious flavors to choose from, but only one kind of quality, the best. Added Touch, your best value. From Decasonic, a selection of products featuring a rechargeable can opener that can be wall-mounted, or because it's cordless, take it anywhere. Easy to clean and easier to use. From Decasonic.
Thank you very much. Okay, the final round is here. A very close game going on. The Bear family have 100 points. The Bostocks 120. This, of course, will decide the game, this round. And here's the first question, again worth 60 points. Now, a megalopolis is a region made up of 2 or more metropolitan areas, each having a population of at least 50,000. The French geographer Jean Gottman introduced the term megalopolis to describe the urban development around which one of the following urban areas? London, England, Tokyo, Japan, Paris, France, New York, New York, Rome, or Cowhead, Newfoundland. Where was the term megalopolis designed to describe? And for 60 points, we start with Muriel.
I'll say London.
That is incorrect. Down to 50 points. Over to Bernice.
I'll say Tokyo.
That is also incorrect. We're down to 40 points and over to John.
Paris.
Nope. Down to 30 and over to Cathy.
New York?
New York is correct. 30 points. I was sure somebody was going to say Cowhead, Newfoundland, but nobody did. Yeah, it was a term, megalopolis. It was first coined in 1961 to describe the urban development in the northeastern United States centered around New York City. So, good answer on that. Cathy managed to salvage some points. Let's go to the next question, a golf question. Any of you golfers here? No? Well, hard luck on this question. Here is the question. In the game of golf, which one of the following is a term used to describe the critic in the audience? Used to describe a hole-in-one. Which of these terms is used to describe a hole-in-one? An ace, a bogey, an eagle, a birdie, a double bogey, or a triple bogey? Which of these terms describes a hole-in-one? And for 60 points, we start with Janet.
A bogey?
That is incorrect, Janet. A bogey, in fact, is 1 stroke over par. Down to 50 points, over to Elizabeth.
Oh dear, triple bogey.
Triple bogey is 3 strokes over par. Down to 40 points, over to Muriel.
Ace.
Ace is correct for 40 points. Okay, let's go straight to the next question. Again, it's worth... as a matter of fact, we're going to our last question. I knew it. See, a little chime comes in. It's a team effort, so raise those flaps if you would. Now, this being the last question, I think most of you may know this, but John may not. The point value is triple, so it's a chance to add 300 points to your score if you have it unanimously correct. The score stands are the Bear family have 130 points, the Bostocks 160 points. Close game. This question will decide the game. Here is the final question. Interesting question, I guess, if you like insects. A mayfly is a dainty insect with lacy wings and a slender tail that trails behind it in flight. Adult mayflies live only a few hours or a few days at the most. Which one of the following is not another name for the mayfly? Is not another name for the mayfly? A dayfly, B, shadfly, C, dun, or D, gudgeon? Which of these is not another name for the mayfly? Think about it for 5 seconds. Time is up. Elizabeth, what do you think?
A, dayfly.
Think dayfly. And Bernice?
I have C.
And Cathy?
Done.
C, done.
You and Bernice are correct. It's 200 points. Let's see how the Bostocks voted. Muriel?
C, done.
And John?
I chose B, shadfly.
And Janet?
A, dayfly.
Let's find out right now which of these is not another name for the mayfly. The answer is D, gudgeon. Okay, no points made on that. Therefore, our champions are the Bostocks with 160 points. Congratulations. And let's find out from Nick what you've won for your efforts today so far. Nick, please.
From Brother, the EP43 personal electronic printer with 15-character display for error-free typing. Handy to use because it's battery-operated and fits in your briefcase. The EP43 from Brother. And from the Tilly line of travel wear, ExecuCase luggage. Strong yet light but durable and warranted for 3 years. Travel in comfort with your garment bag and tote bag from Tilly.
And to our ex-contestants, the Bear family, it was a tough game. You were close and all the way through the game. You lost by only 30 points. It's been a great pleasure having you and being able to welcome our American friends to the show. And wish you great luck in the future. And it's been a pleasure having you on Guess What. I hope you had a good time. And to our new champions, the Bostocks, we'll be playing for cash and a big bonus prize on our bonus round right after these words. Stay with us.
Sold over 10 million records, had 8 gold and platinum albums, the most successful group in country music history, the Statlers. Oh, baby, mine. I get so lonely when I'm free. Now, we proudly present the very best of the Statlers.
This album is very special to us, and we really hope you'll enjoy it.
I'm dreaming of you, and that makes me Atlanta blue.
All your latest favorites, plus the original Statler Brothers classics.
In my grave, loving you, counting flowers on the wall.
18 of the biggest Statler hits ever.
One takes the bow, one takes the blame.
This special Statler's album is not available in stores, so stay tuned to order now.
Visa, MasterCard, or COD orders, call Winnipeg at 956-1231. Or save COD postage and handling charges by sending $10.98 for LP, $11.98 for cassette to the Statlers, 200 155 Carlton Street, Winnipeg. Call now. Operators are standing by. 956-1231. Or send $10.98 for LP, $11.98 for cassette to the Statlers, 200 155 Carlton Street, Winnipeg.
The most exciting concert this season. Bruce Colburn celebrating the release of his new album, Saturday, March 1st, 8:30 p.m. at the Centennial Concert Hall. Bruce Colburn, World of Wonders Tour, March 1st, Centennial Concert Hall. Tickets at Select a Seat, Homemade Music, and Mary Score Books.
Okay, right now it's time for our bonus round. Let's find out what our big bonus prize is today. Nick, please.
A selection of RCR fine lead crystal stemware. The RCR collection includes beautifully styled stemware, barware, and a large range of tabletop accessories. RCR, the finest in 24% lead crystal.
Okay, thanks very much. Here's our first bonus question. It's worth $50 and the right to go on for that big bonus prize. And here's the question. Interesting question. In 1956, 3 of the following 4 men received a Nobel Prize in physics for their combined efforts in producing a device called a transfer register or transistor. Which one of the following men had nothing to do with the invention of the transistor? John Bardeen, William Shockley, Walter Brattain, or Frank Baum? Which of these men had nothing to do with the invention of the transistor? $50, we start with Muriel.
Frank Baum.
Frank Baum is correct. $50. Now, you may know who Frank Baum is. He wrote The Wizard of Oz. He was the author of The Wizard of Oz. Had nothing to do with the transistor, as far as we know. Okay, straight to the second bonus question. Again, it's worth $50 and the right to go on. This time it's a little harder. There'll be 5 answers up here. Here's the question. Four Corners is the only place in the U.S. where 4 states meet. The site is marked with a monument surrounded by a concrete platform which bears the seals of the 4 states. Which one of the following states is not one of the 4 Corners states? Oklahoma, Utah, Colorado, New Mexico, or Arizona? And for $50, we start with John.
New Mexico.
That is incorrect. Over to Janet.
Utah?
Nope. And over to Muriel.
Colorado?
No, in fact, it's Oklahoma. I didn't win our bonus prize today, but we play the last question for $50 because we're real sports on this show. Here's the last question. Now, Mordecai Richler is a famous Canadian novelist, probably best known for his book, The Apprenticeship of Duddy Kravitz. In which one of the following Canadian cities did Mordecai Richler grow up? Toronto, Quebec, Montreal, Winnipeg, Calgary, or Regina? And $50, we start with Janet.
Montreal.
Montreal is correct. $50. Okay, we are fresh out of time. I congratulate you on your victory. To you in the studio audience, you've been great. Hope to see you next time. To you at home, hope to see you the very next time on Guess What? Bye-bye for now.
Matima Angora Warmers, the portable heating pad for warm and soothing relief of arthritic pain. Easy to wear while lending firm and gentle support. Try the Matima Angora Warmer. Take it off quickly, gently. Non-smear Happy Nails instantly removes nail polish while it conditions nails and cuticles with protein, lanolin, and glycerin. Happy Nails gives your nails a beautiful future. The Sharp EL1611 calculator can handle full or small-size paper rolls for mobility with the ability to work on batteries and a 3-key memory. From sharp minds come sharp products.
Get involved in great viewing tonight on CKY. At 7, Jonathan comforts his own widow on Highway to Heaven. At 8, a wild surprise party, and Harry's chances of becoming a foster father are jeopardized on Night Court.
This is Nick Hollenrake speaking for Guess What? A Glen Warren production.